A third of Americans say that their partner acts like a baby when they're sick. According to this poll, a third of couples who live together say their partner turns into a big baby when they don't feel good. Well, you think I turn into a big baby? I kind of stay to myself, don't I?
Yeah, you kind of stay to yourself, but
I think you do
like to be waited on.
Well, who doesn't when you're sick? But I've done it.
But you don't wait on me.
You're listening to the podcast where we talk about life, sports, family, and everything in between. Welcome to Just Talking Out Loud with your hosts, Ron and Terry.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Just Talking Out Loud. I'm Ron.
And I'm Terry.
It is great to be with you, and I hope everything is going well in your world. As hopefully we're getting over this cold spell we're in. My goodness. Freezing cold. We should start with that because it's been so freaking freezing cold. There was an article that said things you should not keep in your car when it's going to be below zero. And some of the things, I mean, I guess like they were talking about canned food that maybe you forgot, maybe got rolled.
It would freeze and
it would freeze, expand,
and
they said then the bacteria gets in and it's really bad. I wonder if I could find it. I wasn't going to start that way, but anyway, that's just some of the stuff that we're going to talk about if I can get to it. But first, we'll talk about sandwiches, and we're going to talk about what your sandwich says about your personality.
Oh, so your peanut butter and banana says something?
Well, that in the club. I'm always getting a club sandwich. We'll find out what.
I like bacon on anything.
Yeah, I know. There's a BLT on there, so we'll find out if that matches your personality. We're also going to talk about Terry found a dress. So we're happy about that. And she saved a lot of money because I kind of like the dress that at the other place, but to be honest, she did really well and it looks great on you. So excited about that.
Thank you. And I just have to get it hemmed and
got to get a little bit hemmed.
Like the shoes I wore with it that are silver. My jewelry is gold.
I know you're
so I'm going to look
silver and gold. That's what they say. They sing the song Silver and Gold.
That's for Christmas, huh?
Well, I know. All right. Well, you wouldn't want gold shoes. I don't think it would look right with purple. It's a purple dress.
Her centerpieces are gold and purple for the tables. Gold and lavender and purple and greens and...
Oh. Okay. Well, anyway. So that's wedding stuff. We'll be talking about that. These are the most popular wedding dates. Should we go with that first?
Yeah, let's go with that since we went with the wedding date.
Yeah, see, we're already talking about weddings.
And hopefully everything will be moving right along through the summer, so...
So a lot of people are planning weddings. Of course, most people, I would imagine. Ours was in April, which was before the summer. It's more of a spring, yeah.
Ours is April 20th, which is Weed Day.
It's Weed Day. And
which we were told by our kids.
Yeah. It's National Weed Day.
Which I don't think it was Weed Day when we got married in the 80s, was it? Was it already?
It even says it, huh? No. And it's going to be 40 years. You know, it's 40 years this year.
And this year it falls on Easter Sunday.
And we had a screw up with our timeshare and didn't realize April 20th was Easter. And I had just kind of scheduled
us to go
on Easter.
Yeah, because they owe us a week.
And now we're wondering, we're not paying anything for it. It's a.
Yeah, because we already paid it last year.
Right. There was a, what do you call that? When someone. What do you call that? Why can't I think what it's called?
It's a compensation.
Yeah, thank you. And man, my brain
because we didn't get to use it.
We didn't get to use it, and we had to go somewhere else because even though they said it was done, it wasn't really done. But so we're going there. Easter, 40 years of marriage. 40 years.
How did we do it? Married longer than we were single.
Yes. How about that?
Way longer than we were single.
And you still put up with my crap. It's amazing.
And you still put up with mine. So.
With all my, what does Penny say? She says, what does she say I do to you when I'm on the air?
Oh, I sexually harass me. She says you're sexually harassing me.
Yeah, well,
but then he's been doing it since we dated, and I've put up with it ever since.
Yeah, she likes it. Don't let her fool you. So the traditional wedding season runs from April to October, which I was thinking for some reason.
June and July are usually the favorite
most
months.
popular.
Yeah, the most popular.
So you want to know the most popular wedding dates for this coming year. Saturdays are always some of the most requested dates for weddings, but Some people are doing Fridays.
I know they're doing Tuesday evenings and stuff too to save money.
Save money.
The venues will give you a better price to use them on a weekday evening or,
Yeah, I mean, it's...
I don't see what's wrong with the Sunday afternoon wedding either.
I think there's been Sunday. Yeah, there has been Sundays. Sunday weddings, Fridays. Somebody else said they went on Friday, like you said, Tuesday, Wednesday. Doing really unconventional to try and save some money.
Wasn't the one that Sarah was in like a Tuesday?
I thought so. It was a really weird day, maybe even a Thursday.
Yeah.
But so planners, wedding planners and astrology experts are telling us which dates are the most popular for this year, 2025.
Nathan and Alexis got married on a Tuesday evening because we checked in Saturday.
We were down on the beach. Yeah, that's right. It was
Saturday,
the 27th.
Sunday, Monday, they had to go get their license because we were out of state. So Monday, they went and got their license, and Tuesday night, we had the wedding.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's the way we planned it, wasn't it? And it was raining.
It was
Tuesday
raining.
morning, and she was all upset. And then it turned out beautiful. It turned out gorgeous. And we had a lot more people there than we thought would be there. We had about, 60? Would you think we had almost?
Yeah, probably. More than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
there.
we thought we were going to have 10, 20 people. And we had your cousins came down, and her side of the family came down, her aunts and cousins.
Yeah,
cousins. And it ended up really, really nice.
It did. It turned out really nice. And so, yeah, I mean, it's all about convenience and price, I think.
Yeah.
I just saw a story where a bride backed out of the wedding that her mother paid $37,000 for, and she backed out. So it must have been something going on, or she saw something
that she didn't like.
I think they had a child too, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, wow.
I think, but I don't remember. I know the money was $37,000, and I just thought, oof, that'd be gut wrenching.
Oh, yeah. If I was the mother, I'd be like, you're paying me some of that back.
I mean, because I understand when you've been all this time and now you see something, but who knows what happened. Maybe something happened the day before. So Saturdays are the most requested. And so we checked this out. Wedding planners and astrology experts are tell us what dates are the most popular. Dates for beautiful weather. People say, I love you or I do. Warm weather. And the couple seem to be drawn to June 14th. According to the pros, June 21st, that's when summer begins, is another top choice. September 20th and the following Saturday, September 27th, are also popular in 2025. So September's become, so it's you kind of got out of the July and August.
Yeah. Our wedding was planned by when your car was paid off, if I recall. Because I wanted to get married in September. I wanted to get married on my grandparents. It was September 8th or 10th, something like that. And then you said, well, the car would be, that way you wouldn't have a car payment when we were going into rent and in our
I don't know how you remember that because I don't remember that.
And we got married the
I do not remember saying
my
car. I don't remember that.
Because it was in your parents' name and they transferred it into yours.
Maybe, but I still made payments because I worked at Foodland.
Yeah.
Well, then at Millcraft.
Yeah.
At that point. But I was going to say something. I lost it. I can't remember what it was. Zachary and Sarah get married in August. So there's...
Yeah, and her family helped pick that date because I think they wanted to do it sooner. And her parents said with her brother's graduation and stuff, they just can't fit all that in.
The kids wanted to do it sooner.
They wanted to do it. I think they would have rather had it in...
June or July?
Or even maybe, they just wanted to be out of school, so they had the week to plan.
Right.
Yeah.
Dates for numerology. This year, 4/5/25 is a Saturday, and 8/8/25 is a Friday.
4/5/25?
4/5/25.
So that would be April, yeah.
And then 8/8/25 is in August. Are dates many couples want to tie the knot. Those dates are repeating numbers, including 5/25/25 and 1/25/25 are both Saturdays. So I don't think anybody's getting married. Well, you already passed it up by this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So brides and grooms may also want to consider 3/3/25, which is in March, or 11/11/25 for their big day. So if you're looking for numbers, I can't say it.
Jillian did her first.
Numerology.
9, 10, 11.
9, 10, 11. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Was her first original date that she wanted.
Some people are picking long weekends to get married, like Labor Day weekend, Memorial Day weekend, because it gives people more time after the holiday.
You could have like my relatives from Florida or friends from Michigan would have time to come.
Yep.
That would make your wedding bigger, though.
It would, because more people would, because they have the extra day.
If they would come.
Yeah.
Like if they send any invitations out to my family, it'll be more or less just to let them know that they're getting married, because like my aunts and everything are older now. Yeah. I can't see them traveling.
If you're looking for astrology, couples looking to the stars for guidance may want dates with the right planetary alignment, like June 10th, when Jupiter is in the Cancer. That's my, what is it?
Your horoscope.
Horoscope is Cancer. Jupiter, the planet of luck. It's also the planet of growth and prosperity. Thrives in Cancer, the sign that rules home and family. That's according to Adama Sezi. She says it happens every 12 years. So if people are looking for that, then June 10th would be a good day. And these are wedding dates to avoid. Friday the 13th is one because of, bad luck.
Zachary was born on the 13th, and he's been
but we're saying having a wedding on Friday the 13th.
I know, but his birthday has fallen on Friday the 13th quite a few times.
Yeah, but they were talking about weddings. We're concentrating on weddings, not wanting to get married on Friday the 13th or October 31st, which I don't know. They also said not marrying between March 15th and April 7th. I don't know why.
March 15th.
This is according to astrology.
Oh, okay.
And also July 18th and August 11th, or November 9th through the 29th, because of Mercury retrograde, whatever that means. So now we're really getting into astrology crap, which we don't really believe in. I don't really, take too much into that. No, to be honest. So
we look to God for our blessings.
Yes, absolutely. And if it's meant to be, it'll be a blessing anyway. It all works out.
We didn't think Zachary was ever even looking for a girl, and he probably wasn't at the time he met Sarah.
So while we're on the thing of weddings, I don't know why we're into weddings, but this is just what kicked off. We might as well talk about wedding trends of the year.
Okay.
So we're in engagement. People are tying the knot. So these are some of the trends that they're seeing. A lot of people.
Valentine's Day was a trend to just throw in a little, to throw a little, a small wedding together, and let's just go ahead and do it. Say you've been dating or living together or whatever, and let's just do it on Valentine's Day. Let's just go ahead. It would be easier to not forget
that's true.
Your anniversary.
Unless you lose track of the days. You're not sure what day it is.
Yeah, but
if it's Valentine's Day, then
you would this know. Year it falls on a Friday, doesn't it?
I believe it does.
So it would work. I mean, you could just go Friday night and get married and just have like a dinner party with, your closest family and friends and just do it up.
Well, you only have
a couple weeks here.
At this point it's already
over. Yeah.
So, but I think people just kind of get no. I guess it's because then you get that cheesy, you're just doing it because it's Valentine's Day or it's Christmas. Like when you ask someone to marry, they don't like it to do on a special occasion. Yes. They want it to be thought of as
another
just
occasion.
Yeah. So here are some of the trends that some experts are saying that are going to happen this year. Floral arrangements minus the flowers. Why have flowers by themselves when you can mix up the centerpieces with produce? Arrangements with florals mixed with fruits and vegetables will be popular. Some couples are skipping the flowers altogether and using succulents or tropical plants instead. So you can have one of those those baskets you get that has all the fruit baskets. Just have them in the center of pieces. People can pick at it.
I've seen people use pineapples. Pineapples are supposed to be a sign of good something, I don't know, for weddings. And I've seen them at showers. The pineapples are the centerpieces.
So, they're getting away from that and doing, hopefully it's good fruit. You never know what you're going to get anymore. Brides and bridesmaids still need flowers, they say, to hold when they walk down the aisle. And the favorite for 2025 is, I'm thinking I'm saying this right, it's calla lilies. So
calla lilies.
It's kind of
calla lilies.
Is that what it is? Calla, C-A-L-L-A?
Calla lilies.
Experts calling their long stems chic and elegant. So I guess something different to walk down the aisle with.
Lilies have always been pretty favored.
Yeah. The tradition of couples cutting their cake in a ceremony that included, them feeding each other, one bite at a time. That's the thing of the past. Instead of posing for the stage moment, some newlyweds are cutting the cake in private without guests watching or just skipping it altogether.
Huh.
So not even doing the cutting the cake.
I wonder what their plans are.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll have to ask them.
She don't like to be the center of attention, so maybe they'll do that. If I tell her that, she'll want to do it in private. Yeah. Brides are getting colorful. Wedding guests know they should never wear white. Some brides are doing the same.
I don't know. You read stories about their whole family showing up in white when they're getting married.
Well, some are doing the same, opting for colorful gowns instead of white. So doing more colorful gowns in the shade they like.
Well, that's true. I mean, if you really like that shade on you, why not put your best color forward?
Exactly. How about bridesmaids in pantsuits? A lot of brides are moving away from dresses.
You didn't like the pantsuits.
I didn't like it on the one you had on because it looked like you had a cape. It just didn't look right. It was just a very different pantsuit. And I realized it was not your size.
Well, it really needed hemmed.
It needed a lot of things.
Yeah, it was really drapey and too long.
But apparently brides are having them wear jumpsuits or pantsuits that actually can be worn again, which is always
they do have a few in that site that Sarah picked.
And it's always
There's only like 2, though.
You've always said, I'm going to pay this. Because if you were to pay $300 or $400 to maybe wear it once, I understand that.
And the one I got, I may wear again to a Christmas party or something.
Yeah.
I could bling it up, or I could put it with black and go to a Christmas party. Like I have a black fur stole, like sweater thing that I could wear over it.
Well, these dresses that she picked out are not very expensive, or those the girls can pick out are not too bad.
No, they're right around $100.
That's not
a little
bad.
Over, a little under. Yeah, I don't think that's bad to be in a party. I mean, I've seen people pay $400 to $600 or more for a dress to be in, and I think Sarah has paid a lot to be in some of the weddings she's been in.
Right.
And, so she was considerate with her girls. And I think most of the wedding she was in was college friends, and I don't think she has any of her college friends in her wedding.
Well, it's
because like she said, she's only seen them for their weddings since college graduation.
Well, it's all about, we have a big family. She's trying to include everybody. She has a pretty big family too, so she's trying.
Yes, I mean
cousins are included, and so it's hard to include everybody. You could have like 30 people as your wedding party.
2 of her cousins in it.
Yeah, so I mean,
and then she's trying to include, and she included her sisters to be. So
yeah, so I mean, it's it's her wedding. Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Chat GPT, now that's an AI. It's helping grooms write their speeches. And it can be, I guess I've used Chat GPT to help me with certain things for the radio station and stuff. And it's really, I don't know if I'd do it for a speech. But they say that,
if you put your own words down and then say what you want, and then you could get an idea of maybe saying it a different way, or, you know what I mean? And then just kind of rewrite your speech from some ideas.
You could put ideas in it and let it write it, and then you'd have to proofread it because you want to, do you really trust it?
And then you want to make it your own.
Yeah. Some witnessed a groom who didn't and says it was hard to watch the speech. But it didn't proofread it. And it was kind of hard to watch because you got to proofread it and you got to make sure it puts in your own heart.
You want to make it personal to you. Yeah.
I would think so. Grooms are doing outfit changes for the reception. Grooms are. Brides changing into multiple looks for the ceremony, which is, I've seen some do that. For the after party, it's nothing new, but now grooms are getting into the fun too. Nathan would have liked that. Put shorts on after the, because he had shorts on his flip flops. He'd been as comfortable as all get out. So it probably would have worked out. and black tie weddings at a dive bar.
And really at their wedding, the after party was just some soup and cake and...
Well, we didn't have...
I can't remember what all
we only
had.
had dress shirts on anyway.
Yeah, you only had dress shirts.
You didn't have a tie.
The kids had shorts on with their dress shirts.
That's right.
And they had just slacks and dress shirts. And then they wore the same thing for the after party back here.
Yeah, so really we didn't have anything that needed to be changed.
No, they didn't.
She
really.
wore the gown.
Again,
you know, but I mean, it wasn't...
So it got worn twice, which is nice
which is
for
good.
the money. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So that worked out good. So, but, and then finally, black tie weddings at a dive bar. You don't have to be a fancy venue, I guess, and get all dressed up. Dive bars are edgy with a lot of character. Some couples are embracing this event. So some people are just, I mean, again, you're looking at a cheaper wedding.
Yeah, a little bit less for the venue.
Yep.
I wonder how much it costs to do like a bar wedding. You know what I mean? Like a...
I don't know.
And how many restaurant/bars would rent theirs out for a wedding?
That's a good question. I mean,
I know a lot of them probably wouldn't. You know what I mean? Because they're too publicized and they're not going to close down for the evening, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Unless you're paying them a nice price.
Yeah, because they'd be missing the bar.
Yeah, and the waitresses and waiters would be missing their tips and, you know.
That's a good point.
So you'd have
unless
to be
you did it in a very
separate.
They had to have a separate room.
Unless they have, a separate small room and you're doing it with, you know.
So that would have to,
what would fit in their room.
Right. So anyway, that's what some of the wedding stuff that's going on for 2025. A lot of, we're going to be doing one. We're going to be in a wedding. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. And we're looking forward to.
Yeah, and I'm pleased. I mean, the whole family will be in the wedding.
That's really cool.
We'll be the bystanders, really. I mean, we'll walk down first before the bride comes
Well,
down,
I don't know. It depends on the grandkids.
Oh, yeah.
It might be, but we might be walking down with them. It's hard to say. I don't know. Fenn's pretty, I don't know.
And
he doesn't like groups, so this could be tough.
I think, though, the rehearsal dinner will help him with that because he'll get to know all the people in the party. And if they go down first, then he'll walk down because his mom and dad will be down there.
That's true.
So he'll go and, I'll
go to mommy.
We'll be
go
to mommy.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know who's going to be back there because we'll already be seated.
Yeah, that's a good point. So it has to be somebody back there that knows that he's... And Beckett, too. Well, Beckett's more of I don't think it doesn't bother him.
I may have to peek my head down the corner.
So he comes down.
Beckett, and then Beckett will come down.
Because he'll be 1.5 by that time. Well, he'll be
almost 2.
Almost 2 by that time.
He'll be a month before 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be...
And Fenn will be 4.
23 months.
4 years old.
He'll be 23 months. And
holy crap.
And Fenn will be 4, so...
Man, that's crazy. All right, we're going to a couple things. We're going to talk about what is a dead giveaway for someone who grew up as an only child. And also we want to talk about your sandwiches and what that means. But before we get to that, how about, this is a lot of people getting sick, a lot of sickness going around, and no one's really at your best when you're sick. But apparently a third of Americans say that their partner acts like a baby when they're sick. According to this poll, a third of couples who live together say their partner turns into a big baby when they don't feel good. Well, you think I turn into a big baby? I kind of stay to myself, don't I?
Yeah, you kind of stay to yourself, but
I think you do
like to be waited on.
Well, who doesn't when you're sick? But I've done it.
But you don't wait on me.
That's not true. I do.
I mean, you did when I passed out, but I mean...
It was hard not to. You were right there in my arms. Hard not to do that. But what do you mean? I wait on you. What do you need to drink? What can I do? Nothing you can do if you're passing out. I'm not a doctor. Anyway, so you're a big baby too then when you're sick then apparently? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know.
See, I mean, I think
sometimes I don't even let anyone know when I'm sick.
When you're sick, you're sick. You don't.
Unless I'm running a fever. I mean, and then I have to cancel whatever is going on. But
I mean, I think that
if every time I didn't feel good, I didn't get out of bed, I wouldn't get out of bed a lot.
I think we're talking about sick. I don't think we're really talking about.
But I know people who, if they don't feel good, that,
Yeah.
Especially working in the school district. We had people kids that don't ever come to school because they never feel well.
So according to this poll, 2,000 people said a third of couples who live together say their partner turns into a baby when they don't feel good. They describe their partner as stubborn, dramatic, and when they're sick. They also refuse to admit they're sick. Sometimes you just decide, I'm not sick. I'm good. A cold and flu season takes a toll on a lot of people, and it's been running around us.
Well, in the fall, we had it. I'm trying to watch my nutrition and get myself built up so it doesn't happen again.
Do you feel like a sickness coming on a day or two before you actually get sick? Do you ever feel like something might be happening?
When that stomach virus hit me in October, I didn't feel anything until I was I had the runs, and I thought, okay, I can deal with this. If I just had the runs for a little bit, I drank some water and then went back to bed. And when I woke up, I was throwing up the water. And then I knew I was in trouble because I had been dieting and I didn't have enough sugar and salt in my system. So
what do you think
depleted like that.
What do you think the biggest sign of sickness?
I think like for a flu is like a sore throat and a headache.
Yep, that's on there.
Sometimes I will get lightheaded, but that's like when as soon as I threw up, I knew I got lightheaded, and I knew I was dehydrated already.
Yeah.
I mean, from one set of the runs and one throw up, I knew I was already gone because I was so lightheaded that I had already depleted everything, but I had been dieting. I was trying to do no sugar and no salt, which really hurt me because I had none in my system to throw up or to lose. And that's what I think dehydrated me so quickly.
That's why I'm worried about you. You're only on beans and vegetables right now. It's got me a little bit nervous because you're down.
I'm feeling good though.
You hit a weight that you've been looking to get below. And that happened yesterday and today. So,
well, I'm not below 138 yet. So,
well, but see. Still, the 140 was seeming like it was like a stopping point,
yeah,
for you. But anyway, lack of energy. So that's always a biggie. You can feel like you feel lethargic.
I could not get rid of that after I dehydrated, and that's why I bought some kind of
pill.
No, I bought that nutrition system.
Yeah.
It's a diet, but it's supposed to be all real food and food that builds up your hydration and stuff like that. And I didn't feel better until I got into the smoothies and stuff. And I will say coconut oil, coconut milk from the can, not the carton kind, and coconut water hydrates you better. And the bananas give you the potassium and the magnesium and stuff back into your system. Because I had depleted so much sugar and so much salt out of my system, it was good 2 or 3 weeks before I actually felt good again.
Better, yeah.
I still was kind of lightheaded at times when I got up. I was still my butt dragging, and I couldn't stand that feeling. And that's why I bought a nutrition program to.
You mentioned sore throat, coughing, and of course, once you start getting congestion, you're not feeling good. Some less common signs people are getting sick include mixing up what day of the week it is, getting in arguments with loved ones, putting things in unusual places, and mistakenly setting the keys in the fridge. Boy, that's when you know you're sick. Can't find the keys. That'd be the last place to look. Who put them in the refrigerator? Well, I wouldn't even look in there. Well, you're really messed up if you got that many problems. Yeah, extreme things people have done when they're sick. They can't remember their own name. That's really sick. Put on 2 different high heels, same color, in a rush.
I've had people at work do that, but they did that because their husband was working midnight and they had to go into the closet.
Yeah,
dark,
and you had to pick 2 chairs.
And they just felt, okay, this one's got the buckle and this one's got the buckle. That must be, this is the right and this is the left. They get to work and one's blue and one's black. Yeah.
You carry a different another pair of shoes just in case?
I don't know. I guess when your husband's on midnight, you should set him out, I guess.
Well, I'm learning
ahead of time.
It's hard to get dressed in them.
But then Zachary's little trip when he had COVID, he said his head was detached from his body.
Yeah, the COVID thing.
He said, my head isn't attached to my body. Will you please come here and take me someplace? I need someone to look at me, because he just felt like his brain was telling his body to do things and it wouldn't do them. And he just like...
Yeah, but he ended up with powdered donut stuff all over him, and they thought he was on cocaine. And
yeah, because he
really
was kind
of
disoriented.
Yeah.
He was very disoriented with COVID.
Some other extreme things you've done when you're sick: forget to pick up a kid from school, drove with pizza on the roof of a car.
How about just forget to pick them up from band practice every single Wednesday night?
That's your life.
Yeah,
they weren't sick,
That
though.
was my life. And there was no sickness involved.
No, it's just plain forgetting. How about driving with a pizza on the roof of your car? There's a good one.
Oh, I feel a lot of people do that. And you see one in the middle of the road, you know someone lost it off the top of their car.
Then they get home and like, what did I do with that pizza? And finally, go to work on a day off.
Ooh, I would.
And then you're sick then.
Yeah.
All right, so we come back. We're going to find out what type of sandwich matches our personality. And do you carry around this came up because of the shoe thing, asking you if you carry an extra pair of something. I'm kind of surprised at how many people actually have this extra item in their purse or on them for certain reasons. We'll talk about that coming up next. So you want to start a podcast, maybe you're listening to the show today and you're thinking to yourself, boy, that would be fun, and I have a lot of things I want to talk about. Maybe today is the day. Maybe you're looking for a new marketing channel, or you have a message that you'd like to share with the world, or you just think it would be fun to have a talk show. Now, it is a lot of fun just talking to your friends. Maybe you have ideas about sports, life, or whatever your passion is. Today's the day. Podcasting is easy, it's inexpensive, and it's a fun way to expand your reach online. And where should you go? Buzzsprout. It's hands down the easiest, and it's the best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. And your show, believe it or not, can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories in minutes, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast, and you wouldn't believe how many more there are. And they make it simple to join all of them. Podcasting is not hard when you have the right partners, and Buzzsprout is the team to join. They are passionate about your success. You can join over 1,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout. We're one of them. We've been on Buzzsprout from the beginning, and I'm so glad I joined up. I had a little bit of an issue, emailed a customer service rep, and they got back to me within 5 minutes, and they had me calm down. It wasn't that hard, and what I was doing was my fault. So here's all you got to do. Click on the link in the show notes. It tells Buzzsprout we sent you. You can support our show, and if you get a paid plan, you get a $20 gift certificate from Amazon. Now, here's some other things that Buzzsprout provides. Like, you get a great looking podcast website. Now, a lot of people think, oh, I got to get a website, got to pay for that. No, you don't. They provide it for you. Also, they have audio players. Maybe you have a website, and all you want to do is promote your show on your own website. You can do that with their audio players, and you can also drop it into other websites and on Facebook or Twitter, and they help you do it all. Believe me, Buzzsprout is the way to go. They've helped me immensely, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. So maybe today is a day for you to start your podcast. And if you do, check out the link below in the show notes and get a $20 Amazon gift card. So whenever we go to Eaton Park, which seems to be it's kind of our go-to. Although now, what is it? Buffalo Wild Wings is having it might be over. Buy one,
get one.
It's probably over by the time we have this podcast,
right.
But the buy one, get one. We want to try something. The point is, we'd like to try it after a Friday. We babysit all day.
We used to love Applebee's, but
I like Applebee's, doing my fajitas. Don't have the fajitas, yeah.
I liked the fajitas, not every time we went, but I liked them, and they don't have them at all. They do have a fajita steak wrap, but it's not the same as the fajitas coming out. And you had 3 choices. You had chicken, steak, or tree with shrimp in them.
Right.
You could, get them in different ways, and you made your own. I liked that. You're not a fajita eater, so that was a good thing for me to get.
Yeah, I can always get whatever.
Yeah, you could get a steak or whatever. And
I love a good club sandwich, and the turkey club at Eaton Park is good.
Yeah.
What was it?
And when we're in a hurry or we're coming back from babysitting or something, Eaton Park is just easy. I mean, even if we're on 19, there's We pass 2 or 3 eating parks on 19. If we come home 19, there's one right there by their house. There's one in McMurray or wherever you want to call that.
Yeah.
And then there's one in Washington.
Right.
Yeah. So it's just an easy stop for us.
It's easy and it's not expensive.
No, and it's just, I don't have to cook when I get home.
Exactly. Well, yeah. So we'll be doing that. Well, anyway, on a Friday that we babysit.
Probably.
So what your sandwich
this Friday,
says.
I'm looking forward to the chicken bacon ranch salad.
Okay. Oh, is that what we're doing? I guess that's what we're doing. Your sandwich. We're going to find out what your sandwich says about your personality. And I always get a club. Individuals who prefer the club sandwich are often agreeable and unselfish. Club sandwich eaters are reliable and strongly devoted to work as well as relationships.
I would say that
I think that's pretty good.
I mean, I would say that's one of the reasons we're together. I thought you were very devoted and loyal. When I was picking a partner, I didn't want anyone who drank too much because I've been through that with my family. I didn't want anyone thought that I was going to have to look around and see, where they were, who they were with, because I'm too good of a person to be cheated on.
Yes.
And if I'm going to be that loyal, I wanted someone loyal, Yeah. And I felt.
So you asked me what sandwich I ate. I said the club, and you said, oh, that's it. That's the person I want to be with. Because that's what that means. I don't know.
I don't know, but that's.
You like ham and cheese sandwich?
I like a ham and cheese sandwich.
Ham and cheese sandwich lovers are curious and have a wide range of interests. They are most productive and creative when working alone without any direct supervision. So ham and cheese people, they're very self-reliant. They can do it themselves. How about a turkey? You like turkey sandwiches?
I like all sandwiches. Right now, I haven't had any for a long time, so they sound really, all of them sound really good.
You haven't had any meat in a long time. You need some meat in your life. Oh, that's, sorry. Kind of come off as hard up on that one, didn't I? Those who like turkey, those who prefer the turkey sandwich are free thinkers. They function best when given space at work and in relationships. They need some space. Turkey lovers love space. It's turkey sandwich lovers.
See, but that's what scares you, because if they need space all the time, then what are they doing with that? And are they trustworthy?
Well, I hope so.
Yeah, you hope
Maybe some people just need some space.
Yeah.
Maybe a tuna salad sandwich lover.
I ate tuna salad.
I'm not a big tuna salad
for years and
person.
years usually on my salad, just to
tuna
get some
salad
protein.
Sandwich lovers or eaters are generally aggressive and achievement-oriented. They are natural leaders and driven to succeed in both work and personal relationships.
I scoop of tuna salad on my regular salad for I don't know how.
So all these sandwiches, I mean, a lot of them are basically like good with relationships.
Yeah.
So no matter what you pick there so far, it's been pretty good. How about chicken salad? I've been eating chicken salad here lately. It's not bad.
It's because
it's not my go-to, but I like it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are a chicken salad eater, individuals who prefer this are well-adjusted and empathetic, and they're easygoing and understanding. So chicken salad, people like that.
That kind of meets you
This
too.
is, when you go on a date, find out what they like to eat. Ask them what their sandwich. That might mean a lot to you. And finally, bacon, lettuce, and tomato, which
is my favorite.
Is Terry. BLT lovers are conscientious, perfectionist. They are devoted in all areas of their lives, work, home, relationships. They are honest and full of integrity. I believe that. I think so.
The only thing is perfectionist. I'm not like a real
well, yeah,
perfectionist.
You're not. I wouldn't say
That's the only one that doesn't really.
I mean, you like. Yeah, you're not.
I like things to look nice, but you don't have to be perfect.
You're not perfect. Yeah, exactly.
And I have a sense of style that some people just don't have style, I've noticed,
While we're on sandwiches, and I know we're skipping around because these things come up. If you had to live on a sandwich alone for the rest of just on sandwiches alone for the rest of your life, could you do it? Just on sandwiches?
Yes.
I think I could too.
I don't think I would want lunch meat, though. I would want roast beef.
Well, it'd have to be a lot of different varieties.
In turkey. I want the turkey cut, roasted turkey cut and made on a sandwich. I mean, I wouldn't want the lunch meat, all the preservatives and additives.
Yes.
But I could definitely put chicken on a sandwich one day and roast on a sandwich another day and bacon on the sandwich
Yeah,
a lot.
Almost 50%. I mean, it's 46%. Almost half say that they could live on sandwiches. And I like a good sandwich. And here are some of the favorite sandwiches that people will do. This is the top 8. We'll start at number 8. A good meatball sandwich.
Oh, a good meatball sandwich is always good with
fantastic.
cheese on it. Yeah.
Number 7, and our grandkids love it, peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter,
and J.
I was raised on it.
Number 7, and it's good. I like an egg sandwich. I haven't had an egg sandwich, not egg salad.
Egg
like you scramble an egg. That sounds good. I might do that. I think we have a little bit of a tomato left. A little egg salad with tomato.
For lunch today, maybe.
I might do that. Well, I don't know.
Or for dinner.
Yeah, I could do it for dinner.
Well, I'll look and see what's in the freezer.
Yeah, because I'm not eating beans. Terry's on beans. Number 5. That was number 6. Number 5, tuna. I'm not a big tuna person. I couldn't live on tuna.
I like tuna, but I think I tired myself out from eating it too much. And then they have the packets of tuna already made with like spices in them now. Like
they do.
Have the spicy and the barbecue, and they have ranch, and they have lemon pepper, and they have all these ones now. So those were easy to buy when you're packing a lunch and just throw in there. So you had some protein with your salad. And so that's why I ate too much tuna.
So tuna is number 5. Ham is number 4. I love a ham sandwich. Turkey sandwich. We talked about that earlier.
Is that 3?
That's number 3. Chicken is number 2. And the number 1 favorite sandwich. Have any guesses on what it could be? What we didn't mention? Grandkids love this too.
Grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese is number 1. I do like a good. Some people really add a lot of different things to their grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese, I know. And one of the restaurants has bacon in grilled cheese, and I was going to try that. But I thought I could try that at home just when I have bacon in the refrigerator, put it on my grilled cheese.
Yeah.
I think that would be really good. And grilled cheese and tomato soup, like now.
I know. Juana had grilled cheese and she loved it. It was the best lunch she's had in a long time. You just got a plain tomato soup.
When it's cold outside.
Grilled cheese, yeah.
Yeah.
I do like a good, now it's making me hungry for a grilled cheese. I like a good grilled cheese too. But I like the sandwich you made with the pork. That was really good.
Pork and sauerkraut and Swiss cheese.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was really good.
But my sauerkraut is different too.
You know what I'm starting to like? And I didn't think I did, but I've noticed that when we have, what's the cheese you just mentioned? Swiss cheese. I like the Swiss cheese on a sandwich.
You like it on a turkey
I didn't think I did. I like it on anything. Even if we just had like bologna or ham, it's something about the Swiss really makes it
a little bit different.
Like kind of
because I don't buy it all the time.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed that. I really like the Swiss cheese.
When I'm making a pork roast or something, I make a point to buy it.
What if you could do a Swiss cheese with a grilled, put the Swiss on the grilled cheese?
You could.
Do it together. See what it tastes like. Maybe when we start doing our videos,
we'll try some of
We'll
this
try
stuff.
that. Because I think that's where we're going to go with this. My thought is the video one might be a little different than and it's going to be hard to do that. But if we do them short.
You think it's going to be more preparation?
Yeah. But I think
because I think like the chips things and like if we could come up with we never could get the Krispy Kreme donuts that summer. Well, if we could do things like that on video, that would be really neat because you would see people's face when they put it in, especially if they don't like it. Like, the chips, the one chip was not good at all. And you could see people go,
I think
I don't know what that is, but I don't like it.
The MREs, we're going to do another
one. And
another one with a different, and I think I'm going to be ready by then. I hope. But that kind of stuff, I think, will carry over for the video part. I don't know if people are going to sit here and listen to us yap about this. I don't know.
But people do on YouTube all the time. I mean, some people have their own stations and they're just like, then, like the stories that Facebook interrupts you with these stupid stories that don't end, or if you've got to go to the comments to look up the story someplace else. And I mean, it's craziness. It's
all right. So last couple things we're going to do. Let's do this real quick. And then we're going to do what people are carrying extra of. Here's some things you should not leave in your car if it's below zero. And we've had some below zero weather
this year. Yep.
Aerosol cans, because if they get cold, they explode. Canned food, we just talked about, because if it expands or swells from freezing, they say that it gets bacteria in the cracks. Eggs, don't want to leave eggs in a frozen car or to get frozen. They crack open, and then also bacteria, throw them out. Medication, not good to keep in a car. And electronics, very bad. If you have a phone, computer, a couple things. First, it could damage the screen. And also, if it thaws out, it could get condensation under the screen, which causes a short out. So you don't want that in your car. And loved ones. Don't leave loved ones in the car. So, or leave it running if they're an older adult. Yeah. Basically, just don't do it, right? Leave them home.
My mom wants to sit in the car all the time when we go out.
Well, but if she's not going to go out if it's freezing anyway. She hasn't left.
I mean, Janet house. Brought her here, made her come the last time she went grocery shopping. She made her come here while she went to the grocery store because she didn't want her sitting in the car if she got too tired. And she said she didn't want to go with her. So she said, well, why don't you go visit with Terry while I grocery shop then? So and it worked out really good because then she stayed with Rigby while we went dress shopping.
It did. So yeah, just some things not to keep in your car, if it's freezing cold, and hopefully we're over this freezing cold here very soon. A lot of people are carrying a spare pair of these on them.
Women underwear.
And so you're saying underwear. It's not just women.
Well, I would think women would do it more just because we have more problems, and then as you get older, bladder leaks and stuff. But now they've got those new underwear that don't show your leaks.
Oh, isn't that called diapers?
No, they have
those diapers that
the ones like we bought for potty training for Fenn. They have like that thing of
but you still
they have them for women now.
Oh, they do?
Mm-hmm.
Does it take it away from your skin?
Yes. If you sneeze or cough it and you just
if you have
pee a wee little bit.
A weak bladder.
It won't.
Yeah, 70% of people said that they carry extra pair of underwear and at some point they need it. And it was even divided by gender. Some of the situations people need backup underwear include if you have an accident. Wow. And I can attest to having, after my surgery, I went back to work and
if you ate the wrong thing.
Should have carried some underwear.
If you ate a wrong thing, it ran right through.
Yeah, because you didn't know. I didn't know how it was gonna act. So that would have been nice. They also know they'll be changing clothes at some point during the day, or they're just accident prone and likely spill something on themselves. But why would you have to change your underwear?
Yeah,
are you in your underwear when you're eating?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, usually a shirt or pants.
Some say spare undies would come in handy after a sweaty workout, which is true.
You want to put the old stinky ones back on.
Especially on a hot summer day. You get that swamp ass. Nobody wants that.
Yeah, nobody wants a swamp ass.
Or maybe they have an upset stomach. If you have an upset stomach, you're going to work anyway.
You might as well pack an extra set of clothes if you throw up, or if you have
either or.
Either or, you might need it.
But really, you shouldn't probably be going anyway
if your stomach.
If you're not
but if you're
that
just
great.
queasy in the morning, but you think, when I eat, it'll settle.
Well, a lot of younger generations are carrying extra pair of underwear. 60% of Gen Zs and 57% of millennials admit that they have just in case underwear. Just in case.
In their glove box in their car, huh?
Yeah. And some people uncover how long people keep their old underwear in rotation. How long do you keep? Do you have a pair of underwear that's 3 years old?
Oh, I got them older than that.
Yeah, most people.
But they're the lacy kind that I don't wear very often.
Right. So they're not an everyday.
Yeah, they're not ones that I wear every
usage. Most people keep their underwear for at least 6 years.
Yeah, I would say.
When it comes to bras, women keep those for an average of
3 years.
4 years. So that's pretty close.
Some of mine are older than that.
Some say they have some that are 10 years old.
Yeah, because those are the ones I mow the grass in. I don't care if they get all sweaty and dirty and the elastic's already going in them, and they just hold me up just enough to get through that sweaty work.
Now, as far as other apparel, wardrobe, on average, people keep button-up shirts, blouses for 3.5 years, T-shirts, pants, jeans.
I've got T-shirts that are 20 years old.
Yeah, I got pants that are older than 3 years old.
Blouses that are 8, 10 years old.
I know you do. The average person...
My favorites I keep.
The average person only owns 4 good pairs of good underwear and only 3 good bras. Would you say you only have 3 good bras?
No, I have more good bras than that. I have 3 good ones with underwires, and I have at least 3 newer sports bras that are good and hold me up and,
Yeah, keep those puppies in place.
Yeah, right, keep the puppies in place. And then I have a half bra that we just bought in the summer.
Yes.
That is very supportive.
The thing is, people aren't always good at recognizing when it's time to retire an undergarment. It takes 2 holes in the item on average for people to start considering replacing it.
Well, and if they're ones that are very comfortable, and then they like the ones that have the lace around the top, around the waist, the lace all rips up.
Yeah.
But if they're really comfortable and the elastic is still good and holding them up, I wear them until that lace is just...
See, I'm with socks.
Afraid.
I don't like holes in my socks. It bugs me if it's just a little start of a hole. And so I pitch it. And sometimes I'm stuck with one sock because I'm hoping I can match it, especially if it's black, but it has a different... Sometimes I have 2 different types of black socks. So I get a little hole. I throw the one away and maybe keep the other one just in case because it's not really worn out. But I hate holes in my socks.
Well, if they're in your toes, they can be sewed.
Oh, that's, huh?
Like in the
No, it's on the
tops of
heel.
your toes. I know.
It's always on the heel for me. You put your toes all through your socks.
I put my toes through my socks all
constantly.
the time. And I'm sewing them and trying to reuse them because my toenails go through them all the time.
Yeah, you constantly.
It's because my one foot is bigger than the other and rubs on my shoes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, all right. So I wanted to see. Okay, so a couple things. Do we want to do parents really have a favorite child and how you can tell? Or do you want to do...
Our kids would say...
What's a did giveaway for an only child?
Oh, let's do... we could do both of them.
You think we have time for both?
Yeah, let's do what's a dead giveaway for an only child.
Okay, so people were talking about dead giveaways that you could tell if someone grew up as an only child. And here are some of the highlights from that. Number 1, they cut a piece of cake in 2 and can't tell which is bigger. So in other words, if you're an only child, see, believe me, if you have siblings, so do I. They would know who had the bigger piece. Just like pizza. If you're counting pizza and one big slice looks bigger than the other, your siblings will let you know.
You got the biggest piece, so I get another piece.
So I get 2 little, to match that because you got more than I. Yeah. So you would know. So if you're an only child and you cut 2 pieces, you can't tell the difference. You didn't have a sibling to tell you that piece is bigger than mine. So you got to slice a little bit off of there, to make it even. They're great with people's parents because they grew up chatting with adults. I believe
that.
I do.
Because Ian is better with adults than he is with kids, I think.
I do.
I mean, he has his friends and he has his little clique, but he is so used to being like at our pool with all adults that he does his own thing and then he gets out and talks with us like adults,
Yes, I do. Knowing he's an only child, yes, you're right. He's very good with connecting with us or talking to us. He doesn't have an issue.
Yeah.
With us.
Now, I know other only children that are not like that, though. They have been let.
I think it depends on how much socialization they have.
Yeah, they have been let not take part in the dinner table. And so then they don't talk. They just are very quiet because they don't come to the dinner table and they eat on their own all the time. And mom and dad never made them eat as a family because they only had one child. And I don't know.
Yeah.
And their social skills are very lax.
Yeah, I think it's because they're not out with other kids. Where Ian's
goes to school.
Well, I think I'm mixing up the two too. I think I'm mixing up the kids that stay home from school, and that's different. If you're an only child, some are going to public school. They're getting all that socialization. I think in my brain, I'm mixing up the two of kids that are stay at home, even for school. Sometimes they're a little bit.
Yeah, but it's just
social. But some are really good.
Some are just not social, I guess.
Yeah, some are not. Some other things that they did give away for growing up as an only child, they struggle with conflict. It's either all or nothing. Whereas people with siblings kind of know how to negotiate or share, although Fenn's still going through that, and when to pick your battles, which is true. You grew up with 3 other siblings, a sister and 2 brothers. So you know what that's like, trying to negotiate.
And sometimes I just don't think it's worth it.
Sometimes not real.
It's like, okay, whatever you want. You're going to do what you want anyhow. Why should I argue with you?
You also know if someone grew up an only child when you leave your Halloween candy in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
You're not doing that.
Our kids.
No way. Are you?
And I warned them about leaving them in this downstairs when we had ants. And
well, I'm talking about other people eating it.
Oh,
you wouldn't leave it on the counter.
Our kids had their stashes.
They get unreasonably angry about group punishments. Like, I didn't do anything wrong. Why me? If you have siblings, you're more nonchalant about it because you're used to being grouped in, even though
someone did. Someone got into this, and no one will confess. So you're all grounded. Yeah.
This one's for the number 6. They eat their food leisurely. Yeah, if you have siblings and you are fighting over food, you eat it quickly, or you hide it. You take it somewhere and hide it.
You hide the last Reese's peanut butter cup someplace.
Exactly. Someone said their roughhousing skills are below par, and someone else added they have a stronger aversion to general bullying. So, yeah, if you're roughhousing, if you had siblings, you know how to wrestle and roughhouse, and our kids definitely know how to do that.
Oh, they played wrestling and conked.
If you're an only child, you're more content with being alone for extended periods of time, which is probably true.
Oh, I would think so.
They're more independent and can do jobs that should take 2 or 3 people by themselves, but without having constant competition. They're actually slower at some things than people who grew up with siblings. So I guess it depends. Like if you're on your own, you find ways to do something that might be a little more difficult on your own, so you're a little better at it. But when you have a lot of people, you might be a little slower at it.
Yeah.
When you're with siblings. They just get up and leave the room without saying anything or announce where they're going.
That's true. We know a couple and
they just get up and go.
They just like.
This one I do. They talk to themselves a lot, but I talk to myself a lot sometimes.
Just in your head?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. Just talk to myself. Well, a lot of it has to do with what I'm trying to remember to do.
What to do
because I can't remember. They still have toys and stuff from their childhood, which I don't know if that's really true or not. Someone said they don't guard themselves, stomach, kidney, groin, when they're laying down. Like my cousin will just lie like a starfish on furniture, but if I did that, I'd be punched in the bladder. Sometimes, your kids will come up and because you're laying there, boom, give you a good old, punch somewhere.
They don't know what it's like.
They're not used to having somebody maybe come up to them.
Whack them.
Yeah, whack them all.
And that's why some of them have problems when they get married because they're not used to sharing and they're not used to.
This thing won't shut off. There it goes.
Yeah. I mean, they're not used to sharing. They're not used to taking turns at what restaurant we're going to and stuff like that because they always got their favorite because they were the only one. Unless mom or dad didn't like your restaurant, you didn't get it every time. Otherwise, if they liked what you liked, then they didn't care.
Yep. Okay, so let's go to, we have 3 boys, and all the boys will tell you that the other boy is the favorite.
Well, I think the oldest 2 will tell you that Zachary was the favorite because he was here after they were gone, and we were still going, supporting him with concerts, supporting him with whatever he did at school. We went, and they were done by then. But I think the oldest and the youngest at one point would have said that Nathan was our favorite because he kept up with soccer. And we went to every soccer game we could the whole time he played. And that was if he was playing 2 teams or 3 teams, if he was playing a travel team and a school team or whatever, we tried to make the Sunday games on the travel team. We tried to make the Friday nights or the Thursday nights or whatever at the school team. Or, we tried to make all of them. Plus, when he was in middle school, I worked out at the school that practice was in. So I took him and everyone that came this way, I took home after practice every day. I just stayed and did copies or whatever for my job and had my morning stuff done. And then I went out. They were about done with practice and they all loaded in my car. And so it seemed like we supported him more during that time.
I don't know.
But when RJ did, but when RJ was asked to play, we did separate, and I would drop RJ. I mean, I would try to make both games, but if their games were at the same time, I would go with RJ, and you would go with Nathan. We did. So since you were coaching Nathan on the travel team,
I don't believe I have a favorite child.
I don't believe we have a favorite child either.
But
I think we learned some lessons on our first child. But he was very easygoing, and I didn't know that until the second child came along.
Yeah, well, they did this study, analyzed 19,000 participants, and found that parents do treat their children differently. Now, that I believe. I think we do treat kids differently in a way.
I mean, their
according to their personality, yes.
If one is more sensitive, gets their feelings hurt, and you notice that, then you're going to try to not hurt their feelings. At least that is my intention.
Exactly.
But if they're a little bit too sensitive or something, but I mean, and I didn't realize, our oldest was sensitive until someone started giving him problems on the bus. And then I said, well, put up with it to a certain extent. And he got off the bus one day and he said, well, I pushed him back because he's been kicking me. And the bus driver, he says, the next morning, the bus driver did call me up. He goes, your son got in a little tiff on the bus and no one was hurt or anything. And he said, if it's okay with you, I'm not going to turn either of them in because the other kid has been in more trouble and I've given him an assigned seat now. He's going to sit right behind me. And he said, because if I turn him in, he's going to be off the bus. So now he's got an assigned seat. With me. And I said, that's fine if that's how you want to handle it.
So they have 5 reasons, but I can't find the rest of my papers.
5 reasons
There's 5 reasons how to tell if you have a favorite child.
Okay, but you can't find
I only have 3.
Okay.
So we're just going to do 3 because I can't find the other 2. Both mothers and fathers tend to favor daughters.
We don't have any daughters, so we don't know.
Couldn't tell. Parents favor children who demonstrate responsibility and organization in their daily lives, like completing homework on time and keeping their rooms clean. And finally, agreeable. Children are more likable or likely to be favored. These are the ones who show cooperation and consideration in family life. I wish I had the other 2 just to see what they were, but I can't find the paper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's all mixed in here somewhere with something else. Because what happens is that the story gets carried over to another story and then it gets all, so now I got a mess. But anyway, so the bottom line is, I don't think we have.
Well, we had all boys. And
the girls thing, we can't tell
your family, you had one girl and she did seem to be favored. Not in everything, but in girls need more.
Yeah.
Like she had more clothes than you boys did. She had more, you know what I mean?
Right.
Girls need more than boys. In that way, she was favored. But you boys didn't seem to mind that at all. Like, she had 4 pairs of jeans and you had 2. You didn't care at all.
Didn't care.
Did
not care.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
And girls do. They dress for more occasions and they dress different. Like most girls don't wear jeans every single day and boys do. So all you need is 4 or 5 pairs of jeans and you're fine to go,
Exactly. I'm going to look one more place, but I don't think it's here. And so I apologize for not having all of it, but I don't know. I thought I had all my papers together, but I guess I didn't. So anyway, yeah. So do you have a favorite child?
I would say if you've got one that's really moody, that is hard. It's hard to deal with them,
Sometimes, yeah.
But I will say my moody one was my best sleeper. So you give and take. So I didn't,
Got to give and take for sure.
He was my best sleeper when he was young. I don't think he sleeps at all now, but
yeah, we were blessed.
Yes,
for sure.
we were very blessed because our oldest, he was a thumb sucker and I didn't realize he was such a good baby. And he wasn't a baby very long at all. At 8 months, he was walking and talking and had his own little language and everything. And then the second one came around and they called him fretful, but only when he went to the doctor's office or to get his picture taken. You put him in a little enclosure like that and come at him with something. And he was very fretful. He was on guard. Get me out of here.
Yeah, for sure.
Remember when they had bronchitis and they put him in that x-ray room and I had to hold him? You would have thought the world was ending, and it is.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I don't think, I was thinking about grandkids. I'm trying not to. There is a bond with Fen and I. There's
definitely
a bond, and but I'm trying to be. I love Beckett. He has such a great. He's so different. I mean, they're so different.
They are very different,
and just blessed to have 2 great grandchildren. And who knows what's coming around the corner? So we're going to try and stay young. That's why Terry's on beans and vegetables. I'm going to have to do something too,
and exercise.
It's harder to get off the floor.
I'm trying to get my muscles built up so that I can pick up more babies if we have them.
So anyway, thanks so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. Every Monday we have a new episode, and we'd love you to subscribe and like, especially if you're watching or listening, on this case, on YouTube. And hopefully eventually we'll get that going. The video going. We are really close, I think, but it's it's a lot of work in progress. But I'm working on it because I'm by myself.
I know, because I'm not video.
Terry's no help.
I'm not video.
Well, I was hoping you'd come up with stories or something, to kind of come up with, maybe you can come up with ideas for the video part. Okay, that's a no.
I'm thinking, but I just, 2 days a week, my thoughts are completely on feeding, diapering.
Yeah, I know.
And
that's just me.
Keeping them, from fighting, trying to teach sharing. Oh, we could do one of them. Try to teach sharing. I could look at some parenting things, but
Yeah. Well, I'm just talking more something that would be more eye-catching, like trying a sandwich or different sandwich, stuff like that. Anyway, also follow us on Facebook or X. Thanks so much for listening. We are out.
Have a great week.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show.